Welcome to the Lord Empowerment Channel. This channel focuses on the Korean, Chinese, and Japanese populations, which are widely recognized by Westerners for their unique beauty and deeply rooted cultures. In this video, we delve into the origin of the Korean people, utilizing sacred scriptures, genetic analysis, and historical narratives. This type of content has generated significant interest, especially since the ancestral backgrounds of Asian peoples rarely touch upon their biblical origins. Here you will gain a comprehensive understanding of the Korean people's roots, incorporating insights from the Bible, history, and genetics. We invite you to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and follow our other videos in the series exploring the origins of different peoples according to the Bible. Koreans form an ethnic group originating in East Asia, primarily in Korea. Most Koreans reside in North Korea and South Korea, collectively known as Korea. As of 2021, approximately 3 million ethnic Koreans lived outside Korea. Furthermore, Koreans are officially recognized as an ethnic minority in other Asian countries, including China, Japan, Kazakhstan, Russia, and Uzbekistan. Notably, significant Korean communities have also emerged outside of Asia, particularly in Germany, the UK, France, the United States, Canada, and Oceania. South Koreans commonly refer to themselves as Hangin or Hangaram, both meaning people of Samam. This term encompasses the Korean diaspora, who often identify as Hanin. On the other hand, North Koreans refer to themselves as Kosan-nin or Kosan-saran, both translating to people of Kosan, derived from the First Korean Kingdom. Koreans residing in China identify themselves as Cha-shin-en in Chinese or Junggak-janen in Korean, both meaning group of Joseon. Similarly, Koreans in Japan self-identify as Zichi Chosen-jin in Japanese or Jaejo-san in Korean. Ethnic Koreans living in Russia and Central Asia refer to themselves as Goro-seram, alluding to the Korean Goryeo dynasty that existed from 918 to 1392. The South Korean national anthem mentions Koreans as Dien Saram, particularly in inter-Korean contexts, addressing the Korean language or the Korean ethnicity as a whole. Speaking of the Korean language, it is considered linguistically isolated, displaying minimal similarities to other languages in the Far East. However, it does bear a notable resemblance to Japanese, and is referred to as Hul in Korean. Both languages are classified within the Altaic language group due to various linguistic similarities. Regarding the genetic origin of the Korean people, it is important to note that despite disagreements among nationalists from Far East countries, they are genetically closely related. Claims by ethno-nationalists suggesting that Koreans are closer to Europeans than other East Asians, labeling them as Paleo-Siberians, are dismissed as baseless and misunderstandings. It is essential to recognize that Paleo-Siberians are descendants of the initial migration of East Asians towards the northern regions, replacing the ancient Eurasians. These Paleo-Siberians exhibit a closer genetic relationship with Native Americans than with other East Asians. However, they were predominantly supplanted by Neo-Siberians, and later by groups from Northeast Asia. Genetic analyses of ancient genomes have revealed that Koreans possess a genetic composition that can be best described as a mixture of ancient Northeast Asian, Russian, and Iron Age genomes. In regions like Cambodia, Koreans typically display a genetic makeup reflecting approximately 30% Neo-Siberian influence from Northeast Asia, resulting from migratory events. and around 70% Southeast Asian influence from indigenous groups isolated in Vietnam and Thailand. Notably, all East Asians, including Paleo-Siberians and Native Americans, trace their ancestry back to East Asian ancestors who migrated from Southwest Asia during various expansions towards the north. Addressing the genetic proximity of Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese, Koreans and Chinese are closely related, particularly with the Han Chinese population. The genetic similarity between Han Chinese and Koreans is noteworthy, surpassing, for instance, a genetic comparison between Germans and Italians. The East Asian region, and to some extent, the Southeast Asian region, is characterized by genetic homogeneity and close relatedness. Genealogical studies indicate extremely similar genetic profiles among Koreans, Chinese, and Japanese, making them genetically almost indistinguishable. Analysis of ancient samples from various global locations using autosomal DNA reveals that East and Southeast Asians form a single genetic cluster. Furthermore, they share close genetic ties with populations in Oceania and Native Americans. Therefore, indigenous peoples such as those in Brazil and North America are closely related to Koreans, Chinese, and Japanese due to their shared origins, essentially making them sibling populations. Turning to the biblical origin, we explore ancient biblical genealogies and compare them with Hebrew and Aramaic texts on the origins of all peoples according to the Bible. Specifically focusing on the biblical ethnic origin of Koreans according to sacred scriptures, we have already delved into their language, history, genome, and comparisons with other sibling populations. It is important to highlight that East Asian peoples, including Chinese, Japanese, and Koreans, share the same genetic ancestors as mentioned earlier. This discussion aligns harmoniously with the teachings of the Bible, which also shed light on the ancestral origins of East Asian peoples. Taking a closer look at the first biblical ancestor of Koreans, it becomes intriguingly evident that this ancestor shares a common heritage with the ancient Chinese civilization. The biblical character in question is known as Sin or Sim, who is identified as one of the sons of Canaan and the great-grandson of Noah. Furthermore, Sin is the grandson of Ham, and through the exploration of ancient biblical genealogies, we uncover the ancestral connection between the Chinese and Sin. Although some may raise queries regarding their affiliation with the lineage of Ham, allow me to delve into this topic further, providing a more comprehensive explanation. Sin, the son of Canaan, serves as the primary progenitor for both South and North Koreans. Moving on to the second ancient ancestor of the Korean people, we find a lineage linked to Japheth, named Tarma, one of the grandsons of Japheth and the son of Gomer. As described in the book of Genesis, Genesis 10, Sin and Tarma represent the respective lineages of Canaan and Japheth. While the Canaanite groups remained predominantly in the Middle East, the descendants of Sin, commonly referred to as the Sinites or Chinese, embarked on a migratory journey towards the east, ultimately reaching China and dispersing to neighboring regions. Within academic circles, numerous experts assert that Japheth's wife played a pivotal role in introducing distinct Asian characteristics, including the notable features of slanted eyes, which are often associated with Asian peoples. It is worth noting, however, that alternative perspectives suggest that this particular Asian trait, encompassing slanted eyes, might have been inherited from the descendants of Ham. Certain African tribes that emerged from the lineage of Ham, such as the Fanis and Kisan, are recognized for their possession of slanted eyes, resembling those found among select East Asian populations. The origin of Koreans can be intricately linked to these two biblical characters, with various East Asian groups showcasing a diversity of characteristics. Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese, among others, are considered genetically related descendants of Shem, who is the son of Canaan, and Tarma, the grandson of Japheth. This connection is reinforced by ancient maps and Jewish as well as Semitic traditions, which frequently depict the peoples of the Far East as Sin or Sim in Hebrew. Additionally, the Book of Ezekiel refers to them as the House of Tarma. It is through the intermingling of these lineages that the origins of indigenous peoples often emerge. As we delve deeper into understanding the complex tapestry of human ancestry, I extend my gratitude to all those who have thus far engaged with this discussion. I kindly request your continued support by sharing this video and providing valuable suggestions for future content encompassing the origins of various Asian, Oceanian, African, American, and other world regions. May you be blessed, and I eagerly anticipate our upcoming encounters in the subsequent videos.